Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Heretic on the Black Plague Possesses the difficulty, played through the Heretic plus Hexen re-release on the Kex Engine. We are doing all levels with a 1 start, and this is E2M6, the Labyrinth. Let's begin. And let's say hello to several were-dragons immediately, and gargoyles, if that isn't enough. Let's bring them all out and say hello to the new contestants. From Hell's Maw comes Were-Dragon. From Hell's Maw comes other Were-Dragon. Now the problem you're seeing here is that we do not have enough ammo to fight these Were-Dragons. So what we're going to do is just run past them. Now we've lured them all the way over there. If you open this up, you get baited. But if you open this up, you get a way out. And when you step over here, you can grab the gauntlets of the necromancer, which are a secret. But let's ignore all the enemies, take another right to grab the crossbow. And we'll take a left and a right and another right to grab the key, the yellow key. But we're gonna switch between the crossbow and the Elven wand every now and then. Because these little bastards like to crawl into these hidey holes to show that they can. But there's only so much they can do once they get into them. Especially if they're regular gargoyles. If they're regular gargoyles, they just get stuck like the idiots they are. But if they're fire gargoyles, well, they're probably still gonna fire at you like idiots anyway. But anyways, let's go back to where we were before. Well, this time we're gonna take this way to grab some more items. Ammo primarily, but when you go through this place, you can get a fire mace and the quartz flask. I'll keep on looking around. That should be all the parts of the labyrinth. I'm gonna save the fire mace for the big boys that were bothering us earlier. Likewise, you can also use the crossbow. You might get more ammo efficiency out of it because these guys will drop ethereal arrows from time to time. And hey, look, you appeared. How you appeared. As you can see, the issue with all the little crystal vials out here is that you might take damage and it won't be worth it. Isn't that hilarious? Doesn't that just piss you off? Well, this guy sure does. So let's fire some balls his way. Yeah. It's one of the fire or were-dragon stragglers that were firing at us. So we fired our fire mace at the were-dragon that shoots fireballs. That's what was twisting my tongue. But anyways, you can double check the labyrinth, which isn't that much of a topsy-turvy maze, to be real. You can kind of see where you can go on the auto map when you've gone through all the places. But I think we got everything, so let's celebrate by going to the yellow door, which is not even on this side. Instead, it's over here. Now when you open this up, you'll be greeted by some gargoyles. Let's fight the fire gargoyle first. Unless these guys want to come in. Let's use this gargoyle as a meat shield. Perfect. And there we go. And likewise, you can get a secret bag of holding by entering this doorway. And you see that dragon claw? We're gonna pick it up a little bit later. Might take a bit of time though. But first things first, we're gonna say hello to this were-dragon. And look, we got the Wings of Wrath, so we could theoretically use it just to pick it up right now, but in the effort of saving time and being potentially more effective with our Wings of Wrath, I'm not gonna do that just yet. Instead, we're just gonna go through here and mow down all of these little jerks. Going through this part will allow you to get the Shadow Sphere, which might be useful later. And you know what? Let's use that Time Bomb. Let's use another one. Let's get rid of this fellow. And this one. Wonderful. Alright, so now we've gotten rid of all the gargoyles, fire or not. Let's go down here and fight these guys. Using the power of the crossbow and the tie bombs. Wonderful combo. Make sure you grab these quartz flasks. You'll very likely need them. But even if you don't, they're nice to have. And when you cleared out all these pods that were blocking this doorway, you can use the teleporter, after grabbing the green key of course, to potentially telefrag the Saberclaw if he went through it, and grab the Dragon Claw. So that's why we didn't use the Wings of Wrath just yet. And if you were wondering, this way will lead back to near the start. So if you want to go this way, you can. And it is pretty convenient to do so, because over here is the green door. And likewise, with the other doors, when you pass through here, you can get a secret. But this one has a Tome of Power, so let's grab that, and we're good to go. And you know what? Let's use a Fire Mace on you, big boy. And finish off whoever's left. By the way, there's another Tome of Power that you can pick up. You will not be wanting for tomes in this map, I'd say. In places like here, you will find were-dragons in the distance, whom you can bully using the power of your Tome of Power and your Dragon Claw. But first off, I'm going to get rid of you, since you're blocking my way with the auto-aim. And you, as well. Very rude. But that should be nearly all the were-dragons, with the power of the Dragon Claw, and the Rippers that come from the power of Dragon Claw. And once you've dealt with that, you can take the portal into the place where the were-dragons were, and get a Hell Staff out of it. And here are some more mace spheres, and a map scroll. And this place opens up after you've dealt with that whole ordeal. And you know what? I think it's time for a Fire Mace. Brrr. Yeah, like that. And in this area that opened up, you get an enchanted shield and more ammo for your Fire Mace. But also, you can open up this area to reveal some Disciples of the Sparrow. So let's get rid of them. Yeah, you suck. Well, this is also a secret. It gives you a Phoenix Rod, which is nice to have. We might use it soon. Or maybe not. Either way, we have the blue key. But before we even use the blue door, we are going to go to this mural, which is different from all the others, and interact with it. Yes, that is a secret. It gives you a Morphobum and a Silver Shield. And you could probably get that earlier if you want. In fact, you might even be better off that way. And me, I just committed to silly. But anyways, when you cross into here, yeah, same thing. Except this gives you a ring of invincibility. So let's finish off all these bozos. And you know what? Let's use that trusty Tomo power. And the fire mace. It is so ammo efficient. Provided you could get it to work. Which usually you can. Anyways, let's use the combo. The super combo. And as you can see, this is why I don't use the powered fire mace against the Iron Lace. But you can still get results out of it. It just won't insta-kill him. But that is everything except one item. Now this doesn't count as an item. I believe it was something around here. So here's a primo opportunity to use the Wings of Wrath. No, actually, I don't think it was. Yeah, you can pretty much just circle around. Might have been an item around here. There it is. Yeah, a quartz flask. Yeah, because I forgot to go around in a circle here. Well, mistakes happen. But that's all the kills, all the items, all the secrets. Didn't even use the Morphobum though, so chicken. There's another Phoenix Rod, which isn't a secret. Although if you're one starting, it's pretty redundant at this point. But you just have to follow the little mini labyrinth this way, and you should be good to go. We didn't use the Chaos Device, so let's just do it for the sake of doing it. Even if it does extend the video. Because this is kind of a short level, if you ask me. Relatively speaking to certain other levels in this episode. But that's it. So yeah, that's the labyrinth, and the final area was definitely changed from the original. There wasn't that mini labyrinth within the labyrinth. There was just the labyrinth. So I guess now it's kind of the labyrinths plural. Or something like that. Either way, aside from that change, not much else has changed aside from texture placements and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty straightforward. Then again, I could be wrong. You know, the whole Mandela effect is going on. So I'm like, oh, that wasn't there. But then it was. You know how it is? If you're a Heretic veteran, maybe you do. But either way, pretty straightforward otherwise. Just changes in textures and whatnot. But that means we are done with the labyrinth. And with that, we're going to go into the next level in the next video, which will be the Great Hall. But until then, I'll see you when I see you, so see ya!